Okay, so this is 4th grade math, page 15 and 16. So we're working on 2-digit multipliers. So what are the numbers? Make sure you have your math books open, guys. What are the terms for the numbers within a multiplication problem? Like, what is that called? Anybody? Factor. What's that called? Factor. And then you'll have a line, and this is called a partial product. These are terms you need to know. See them for a very long time. Then you'll have another line because this is for the 7, and then this is for the 3. This is partial product. And then you'll add that up, and what's the final answer called? There it goes. A product. So just make sure you keep those terms in your head, okay? So let's multiply 7 times 5 and 7 times 7. So what's 7 times 5? Anybody? 35, carry your 3. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 3. 52. Okay? Anytime you have more than one line, so we start with this number is in the tens place, so we have to start writing in the tens place with the answer. So I always put a 0 there just to remind me not to write there. It's not required. It helps me. So if it helps you, do it. Okay? Because if you go all the way over, it's going to throw your whole answer off. Okay? So what's 3 times 5? 15. Carry your 1. 3 times 7? 21 plus 1 is? Good. 5 plus 0 is? 5 plus 2 is? And then we have 5 plus 2 is? And then you just bring down your 2. And so that's your answer. And then you see? Any questions about that? We're going to do one more like that? Yes. Okay. Let's do 1G. Let's see, was it 97? Okay. So 5 times 7 is? 35. Here your 3. 5 times 9 is? Plus 3. I won't hear the same person answering everything, guys, or I'll start calling them names. 2 times 7 is? 14. Good. 2 times 9? 18 plus 1 is? So we have our partial products here. So now we add it up. 5 plus 0 is? 9. Oh, I'm being right this way. 8 plus 4 is? 13. So 9 plus 4? 13 plus 1? 14. Now forget to add that 1, and then 1 plus 1 is? We always count over. We go 1, 2, 3, comma, and then you go on with the other numbers. Okay? So that's 1G. So let's look at 2A. They're wanting you to label it the same way I labeled this one. So 97, what will that be labeled as? On 2A. What, baby? Factor. What would be 15? Factor. Part of your answer will be labeled as partial product, the other part, and then the final answer is product. So make sure on 2A you have all of those words written on those lines, okay? If you can't see the board, it is in your box, the yellow box at the top of your page of 15. Okay? Any questions on that? Yes, ma'am.
How did you get for example, at the top it has the 27 as an answer to the top, but under it,
What number and letter, baby?
Like at the beginning on the yellow box.
Oh, the 20 in the yellow box, 2751.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't understand how you got the 130. Like how you get the 135.
The second line is multiplying everything times 5. The first line is multiplying everything times 1. This line right here is whatever's right here, you multiply everything on top by that number. This number, these numbers right here come from multiplying everything by this number. This is the ones number, this is the tens place. So the 3 is the tens place. On here, it would be 27 times 51. The first number is 27. They did not put the 0 there like I like to put the 0 there just for me. So I put my 0 there, and then they started their answer for the second number. Okay? So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's important to know your multiplication facts?
Yes.
It is. So if you're struggling with knowing your multiplication facts, you need to be practicing those every night. Okay? When you miss problems, it is your job to go back and rework them. You start doing that now, you get in good habits, because that's why we go over the answers in the afternoons or even in the mornings. I give you the answers for you to go back and rework them, okay? I know how to rework them. I know how to do it. So you've got to make sure you understand. And then if you don't, you come back the next day, ask me questions, okay? Yes, sir. On what? Do what? Make it look like this? I want it to look like this. F on 1 F, G, H, I, and J, they should all look like this. Okay? 2 A, B, and C should look like this. Because if you have 2 numbers on the bottom of your multiplication problem, your other factor, yes. Let me look at. Okay, so page 1 is pretty easy. So we really need to practice subtraction and addition. We're making silly mistakes about not overall as a class. I don't mean everybody in this classroom, but we really need to practice addition and subtraction. So that's 5 and 6. Circle the products that are wrong. That means the answers to the multiplication problem on 7. On the extra practice, I just want you to do the F, G, H, I, and J. You don't have to do the A, B, C, D, E, okay? Let's read over the story problems real quick. Anybody like to read that out loud? Jalen? Elise?
Elise traveled 97 miles to visit her grandmother. She traveled 6 times as far to visit her Aunt Olivia. How far did she travel to visit her Aunt Olivia?
Okay? If it says she traveled 6 times as far, how do you think you're going to work that, Sebastian? We will multiply. So just put a multiplication symbol out to the side so you know that's what you should be doing. Okay, who would like to read B? Okay, Reese?
This past summer, Grant took 15 swimming lessons. The lesson cost 75 cents per lesson. How much did Grant spend for his swimming lesson?
Okay. How do you think you'll work that, Maddie? 15 swimming lessons, and it was 75 cents per lesson. Sarah Grace? No. Multiply. You're going to say 15 times 75. Okay? I'm trying to trick you, get more complicated now. Okay, do you have any other questions? Okay, you may begin.